Hey everybody, welcome to Cap Chat. My name is Josh Tyler. I'm your host. I'm the National College Advisory Program Director for Rush Soccer. Today we are joined by Iowa Rush alumni Meg Brandt, who was just drafted in the NWSL by Seattle Reign FC. She will be playing along NWSL superstar and U.S. Women's National Team superstar Megan Rapinoe. So we're very excited to talk to her about her journey through college to pro and how Rush helped her get there. Today's episode is brought to you by Magoo's. It is Rush's official online SAT and ACT prep classes. You can sign up at rushcollege.com and get an exclusive Rush discount to start your ACT and SAT prep classes now. All right, Meg Brandt, how are you doing today?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing so awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. This is to me really exciting to sit down and chat with you. So thank you.
Yep. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So let's dive into kind of talk about when you got drafted. For those of you who are listening, I'll let you. But you just got drafted by Reign FC in the NWSL, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
So how did you find out you were drafted, or kind of tell us about that?
It was extremely exciting. I was actually just at home watching it with one of my teammates. She's also my roommate, and we were just watching it together. And all of a sudden, my name pops up. I was not aware at all that I was going to get drafted to that team. I had no phone call before or anything, so it was like a really big moment for me. I was really excited. I was shocked. I felt all the emotions all at once. So it was awesome.
Did you record, was there someone recording this, just in case you got drafted, or were you just sitting there and had no expectations that you may get drafted?
Once my name did get called, my roommate started to record me, and she was like, I had to get your face on camera. It was too funny. Congratulations on that. And that's really, really
Thank
cool.
You. And, I know the marketing side of Rush does a really good job. They've been tracking, they track our Rush alumni in college anyway. So they've been tracking you through the college years, and so they're going to continue to track you now and going pro. So Rush is really, really proud of you and really excited to have you make that leap.
Thank you.
So so let's talk Rush. When did you start with the Rush?
Yeah, I started when I was about 12. I played for a club in Ankeny. If people don't know where that's close to Des Moines, Iowa.
Ankeny.
And Ankeny. The club switched to Iowa Rush, which we all thought was super cool. We were all really excited to have a bigger known club name. So I was honestly really excited when that happened. But yeah, I played for Rush since I was 12 all the way through when I graduated high school.
Now, were you part when Rush was Nike? Or was it already
Yes.
Adidas? So you went Nike, then Adidas, and now you have no Capelli Rush gear, do you?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't have any.
We're gonna have to make sure we get you some Capelli Rush gear. We're gonna put a bug in Iowa's ear, because you will appreciate being a part of it long enough. Is that we are now back to the original Rush blue that was Nike. Because when we switched to Adidas, they didn't make our blue. When we switched to and went back to Capelli, we have our own custom blue back, which is from the Nike days. So just a little tidbit of boring fact, but it is what it is. So. So Iowa Rush, let's talk about how did Iowa help you kind of get prepared for specifically the college? And Nebraska is where you played, correct?
Yep, I chose Nebraska.
Okay, so what do you talk about what Rush did to help you there?
Yeah, I had really awesome coaches all throughout my years at Rush. I had several different coaches that really pushed me. Iowa doesn't have a big name, but they always really tried to get us in the top tournaments, which I thought was cool. They always tried to make sure that we were going to tournaments where there was going to be a lot of coaches. And I think something that really helped was their professionalism. They tried to keep it as professional as possible to prepare you for college. So I really appreciated that. I had some pretty hard coaches who basically told you how it's done in college, so that you're not shocked when you arrive on campus the first day. But I think the biggest thing was, since we were a club in Iowa, they did a really good job at getting us in top tournaments where there are going to be a lot of coaches.
And who was your coach throughout Rush?
I had Paul Fabry. I had Daryl Brazeau, who Daryl was my main coach I had for the longest time. And he was definitely someone he's hard. He was really hard on me growing up. But he honestly pushed me to be my best and helped me a lot to get to Nebraska.
So you went to Nebraska. When did you commit to Nebraska?
I committed my freshman year of high school. It was pretty early.
And so, so I'm not sure if you followed the recruitment rules. The recruitment rules have kind of changed now, and they can have no recruitment conversations until past the sophomore year. Looking back, I say, it obviously worked out for you committing that early, but that process has changed a little bit now. Do you think you committed early? Do you think freshman year is early for kids to commit, or?
I think that during the time it wasn't that unusual. There was a lot of girls who were committing that early, but now that I look back at it, I'm kind of glad they changed some rules. I think that sophomore year sounds a little bit more reasonable to commit, just so you have more time. You shouldn't feel too pressured to choose a school. But I was happy with my decision at the time. I didn't really have much regret. So that was just my personal preference at the time.
And like it worked out very well for me. You had a heck of a career in Nebraska, and now you're going to be playing alongside Megan Rapinoe. So that's. Yeah, that's what we call a success story. So when you were playing, what's a daily schedule look like for Division I? Let's talk in season specifically first.
In season, it's definitely different. You have to do a lot of team tactical stuff, but you can't do too much because you have to save your legs for the games. They're busy weeks, basically Monday through Wednesday. It's recovering / team tactical stuff at practice. You're doing a lot of recovery, lifting, running, and then usually you have to travel on Thursday or Friday. The travel schedule for D1, any conference is pretty crazy, so you're gone the whole weekend if it is a travel weekend. But basically, we practice for 2 hours every single day, and then until we leave for the weekend. And then, like I said, during season, it's so much different because you really have to save your legs since you have such a tight schedule. And
then you balance that between. So you talk about some recovery lifting, and then you have to go to class and the travel. So the in season schedule it becomes just more of a routine, and it's just you kind of get used to it eventually. I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, you totally get used to it. My experience at Nebraska with the coaches and my professors was awesome. I think that it was easy for me to balance out school and soccer, but it's different when you first arrive, but you totally get used to it. And you definitely have to adjust when you miss class when you're traveling, but it's not bad. Yeah.
And did you guys play Division I? Was it every Friday and Sunday, or what was that schedule?
Yeah, sometimes. It was mostly Friday and Sunday, but sometimes Thursday, Sunday.
Thursdays, okay. Been on the travel. And so when you guys are traveling, you're typically leaving Thursday and gone until, if you're 2 back-to-back away games, you're gone until Sunday night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, was Nebraska swanky enough? You guys get some private jets, or all charter buses?
Nebraska has really cool facilities and everything cool, honestly. Like, you wouldn't really expect Nebraska to have stuff like that, but we do have a private jet. Unfortunately, football and other teams kind of have the priority with it. Volleyball is really big in Nebraska, so they kind of have priority with that. But basically, we use it when we have a hard time finding a good flight, but we don't use it every weekend. But it's really nice when you do get to use it.
Yeah, and so sometimes you guys would get stuck riding coach like normal people.
Yeah, we had to do that a lot, actually. Yeah.
The private jet experience would still be cool. I'm sure there are a lot of people listening that have never been on a private jet or have any hope of being on a private jet. So that just being that's a really cool experience, though. Nebraska's big time though in anything they do, so I would expect nonetheless. So.
Yeah.
If you have not signed up for Magoose for your ACT and SAT prep classes, you are missing out on cold, hard cash. Every point you increase equals money in your pocket. With Magoose, you can study from your phone, tablet, laptop, or desktop at your own pace. Visit rushcollege.com and click on Magoose for your exclusive Cap Chat discount. Do not keep losing out on money. Visit rushcollege.com today. Now, what about the spring season? So that's in season, and spring season. What's the rigors of that?
Spring season is tough, but it's definitely one of the times where I developed the most as a player. And I think most girls on my team can say that because you have so much time to work with your coaches, work on your own. Basically every day we would have 2-hour practices, and it's not where you're trying to save your legs. So you can have as hard as practices as you want. Your coaches are on you. I really like spring. I think spring's fun. You have a chance just to grow as a player, but it is a lot of running, staying in shape, lifting. During season, we don't really build strength, but you try to maintain it during season. So spring is when you get strong, you get fit. And at Nebraska, I have really awesome coaches who worked with you individually. So they spent a lot of time just trying to improve your technical side as well.
Yeah, I think that's one. I mean, you talk about the lifting side is the game. I mean, you're playing, especially if you come in as a freshman, you're playing against girls that well, I mean, they're grown women. You're 22 years, you're 21 years old and you're playing against 18-year-olds. They're just faster and stronger, right? I mean, when you come in, yeah. Was that a surprise? I mean, what was the biggest surprise for you coming in, going from club soccer to college of the game?
I think it really was, like you mentioned, just their athletic ability, how fast the game is too. Like you have to be thinking real fast compared to club or high school level, but I think that comes with how fit you are, how in shape you are as well. It's almost unfortunate because I think that it would benefit freshmen coming in to go through spring season first, just to kind of get that feel for college soccer and the speed of the game before going right into season. But I mean, that's just the way it works.
Yeah. And you had an opportunity to get called up in the national team camp as well, right?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, and so where did you get to go for that?
I went in April of 2018. I went to Carson, California, and then that was in 2018. Yep, and then 2019 I went to Spain, which is really awesome.
And wow, that's so. How does that level of the U.S. national team compare to just D1 soccer?
Yeah, it's crazy. Just like as you think you're playing at the highest level, you go to a camp like that, and it's crazy. I mean, I'm sure you're surrounded by some of the best players your age. And so the speed was at another level. I was definitely pushed when it came to that. That was the biggest thing for me, was the speed of play when I got there. And then just every single girl there has awesome technical abilities. Like everyone knows how to strike the ball. Everyone can swerve a ball, just really cool things. But the biggest thing for me was speed of play, but it was really awesome being able to be pushed by players like that. I also learned a lot from them.
Man, that's just cool experiences that you've been, especially at such a young age right now. You've had some really cool experiences, and I mean the sky's the limit for you. I want to kind of get back to Rush for one moment. Now, did you do Rush Select as well?
Yes, I did Rush Select.
Oh.
I thought it was a really cool thing that we did growing up. Like it was something that was new because I was so young. I think I was 13 when I was invited, and you don't really have many opportunities like that. But yeah, I did do Rush Select.
Yeah, well, that's neat though, and it's grown quite a bit, as well. But that's neat that you got to experience some of that, and kind of things that Rush get. Do you remember who your coach was?
Oh, Nick.
Yeah, Nick Penn. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, very cool. Yeah.
That was in Phoenix, Arizona.
Cool.
He stayed in contact with me for a little bit after doing that, so I thought that was really cool that he reached out. Yeah.
So you went from Iowa Rush to Nebraska to a U.S. national team call up, and now to the NWSL. Like so, that is the epitome of success, of a success story. So that's really cool. What advice would you give if you have a player come to you and say, "Hey, Meg, I want to play D1 soccer"? What advice do you give?
I think I would say to start your preparation early. By that I mean start your hard work early. Like if you are looking at, you have your top 3 schools that you're looking at, do your research. Look into the type of style they play. Say a team that you really like that you want to go play for is really good technical wise, and that's how you play. But then you also notice that their fitness is on another level, and that's not something you are good at. Then you really need to work on that. Push yourself early so that when you arrive on campus, you don't have to play catch up. I think that's the biggest thing.
Now, have you worked on signing autographs now? Do you have your autograph down? You got the cool Meg Brandt autograph done?
I don't think I have it down, honestly. I've tried, but
I'm sure you practiced at one point, right?
I have practiced before. It's a good myth, but
Yeah, the name's short enough. You know, you can just do like Meg B. We can shorten it. You can shorten it to Meg B now, but well,
a good idea.
thanks for taking the time. Like I said, everyone at Rush is incredibly proud of you. That the hard work you've put in. I think you, like I said, Rush we followed you through the college career as well. And I mean, you deserve every ounce of success that you've had. And you know, you hear a little bit just about the hard work that you've put in and how much has paid off. So we'll definitely be following you when you go to Rain FC, and hopefully we'll see you. Maybe you can get to a Rush Fest and you can surprise some kids and you know, keep involved with Rush because we always appreciate it.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Rush has given me a ton of support. It's been incredible. So I want to say thank you to you as well, and thank you to everyone involved with Rush that I've ever met before. And I'll definitely want to give back to the Rush culture.
Very cool. Well, thank you, Meg, so much, and we will be in touch.
Thank you.